And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta. We just destroyed an assault carrier and had a bunch of our HABs destroyed in Earth orbit. So that's what we're gonna deal with. Is we're gonna start trying to reclaim some of these lost HABs. We'll go ahead and just reclaim all the ones that have been abandoned in Low Earth Orbit 1, Low Earth Orbit 2. Presumably, most of those are HABs. We haven't been replacing them as they've been destroyed, so I was about to say they've presumably been replaced by other people, and they haven't. So yeah, there's a lot of empty orbits here. 3 of 8, 2 of 8. Okay, so we can get a bunch of HABs here. We're launching these because these are in Earth orbit, so they're quite reasonable to do with boost alone. Boost first. That's the save on other space resources. So we've gone ahead and put all our orbs back, our orbitals back up. The next thing I'm going to do is all the ones in Earth orbit that we haven't upgraded. So we're going to ignore the Earth Luna one. But all the ones in Earth orbit that aren't just new, presumably have tier 2 cores. So we're going to upgrade the core. And we're going to go through and make sure they can all be upgraded. That's the Earth Luna one. We don't care about that one. In fact, we wouldn't mind if the aliens came along and blew that one up. That's kind of what that one's there for. Apparently we screwed up here and didn't have enough power. It'll be fine. And then the International Space Station needs an upgrade. Okay, so when that's done, when all those are done, well, we won't wait until all of them are done. We'll wait until the core is done. So some of the ones, for example, the ones we upgraded, the core will be done sooner. So that's the 2nd of February versus the 7th of March. That's about a month early. We'll start improving these to sort of centralize a lot of the buildings, right? So, for example, to get maximum bonus with the life science, we needed 5 of them before. After upgrading them to tier 3, we only really need 3, although we may still run more. Just have that, may have just that much capacity where we could run more than that. But we're going to work on trying to get 3 of the upgraded ones in low Earth orbit for all types of science. So that's going to take... That's all the types of science there. So 3 for material, 3 for space, 3 for energy, 3 for life, 3 for military, 3 for info, 3 for social, 3 for xenobiology. So that's a total of 8. We'll want the public campaigning one, 3 of that as well. We may even want, although that would be a real splurge, 3 of the nanofabs for the economy priority. After that, then we're just filling slots to make science. The upgrade of this is still, I think, better per slot for science. We're going to make sure that everything has farms to keep the volatile cost down. Less so the water cost, but mostly the volatile cost. We've got a lot of water. And at that point, we might be able to sneak in a bunch more docks if we've got the space. We'll also grab the tier 3 admin tower. It does provide a science bonus. It'll be 10% science bonus to 5% science bonus to the science being made in the HAB, and it will give us even more control points. I think it's 20 per tower. That of course costs a boost, right? So that's going to be the main consumer boost, and hopefully we'll have enough boost to support that. But in the meantime, that just means we need to cycle some time. Let's do a pass on the counselors. We're 3 and a bit mission control short, so if we could grab 3 more right now, that would be good. The answer to that appears to be no. Just because we spent most of the money launching those orbitals. So, yeah, confirm, let some time pass. Oh, so the servants did carry out an assault on one of our habs. That failed. Luckily didn't do any real damage to the hab. Okay. Is this a place we want to upgrade the mine? Not right now. Not right now. We'd probably run pretty low on volatiles if we did now. Oh, so we tried to do it to too many places once we've run low on volatiles. I suppose to solve the control point problem, I could abandon a place. Mongolia probably makes the most sense. Let's go temporarily abandon Mongolia.
Offering counsel.
There we go. Space Simmons is online in Hong Kong, China. That presumably didn't take very long because Hong Kong, China is a pretty small region. Although we did need a lot of defenses in China, so getting one done real quick is, well, nice. It's not gonna finish everything real quick. You're failing to investigate that counselor, which is a bit of a shame. Especially because we've already got 25 investigates, so if he's doing a good job ducking our counselor every once in a while, that's maybe not a good sign.
The people will come to our side.
Servant fleet, probably attempting to do another habitat seize. Arrives. Nope, and they've actually managed to storm one of our bases. They actually stormed the one I was potentially thinking about upgrading. Okay, they damaged the base most of the way, so the base is dysfunctional. Okay, they do them. That hurts our volatile income, but...
Never forget that the true power in any kingdom is not the man on the throne, but instead those who quietly stand at his shoulders. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Data in the Shadow of War.
Yeah, so that's Mission Jupiter. We'll send probes out to all those locations. That's not too expensive. And we still have control, so we get to pick the next thing. I might just follow that up with Mission to Saturn. That'll give us more mission control, for more mining modules. And then presumably allow us to do much more discovery. Well, if they're going to start going around grabbing bases like that, first of all, I should probably get my own equivalent to that up in Martian orbit. Which obviously we'll do as soon as we've cut the shipyard. Alright, so Horatio Station is building. Will be operational 17th of February. So when the 17th of February rolls around, we'll probably queue up a batch of ships for doing Neb and Hams in Mars orbit. Enemy ship joins the resistance. Okay. I don't know which fact. This is probably coming from the servants. The servants probably just took over Okay, so this is a pretty terrible ship. If docked at one of my stations, I can get... Okay, so we'll fly you to a station, we'll get the stuff out of you. There's not much in you, presumably, but... Do you not even have the capacity? You're in intermediate orbit. Okay, you just make it to the closest station. Okay. And then we're gonna scale it. If docked at one of your shipyards, gain 20% on the ship's construction materials back. Yeah. Servant set to lead an attack. Oh dear. Surprised that that's the case. I could probably fix that. Yeah. Let's try that. That'll keep us in control.
Where do you need me? Taking it to them.
But yeah, we're gonna want to grab the military tech for like marine barracks so that we can prevent our habs from falling in the future to one random servant ship.
Offering assistance.
And then we're probably gonna build some ships and take a bunch of servant habs away from them.
I have new information.
Things are cooling off.
We've moved the needle.
Mexico has now finished space defenses. So it's mainly going to be working on environment going forward. Go ahead and sneak a little bit of knowledge to go in there. So yeah, we're probably at the point where we probably could move to actually start merging North America together. Mongolia being hit again by the servants. Oh, we've hit max funding in Canada again. Or it might have not been again, it might have been for the first time, but we hit max funding in Canada.
The LC is secure.
Probably could focus on getting that space defense up a little bit faster. Nope. Because of the GDP rising, we've now got another funding to do in Canada. Light. 97 but a heavy? Do that one.
Going in hot.
Yeah, so we've got control of that one. I don't think they're going to take it from us. They're uncomfortably close. But yeah, I don't think they're going to take it from us. In which case we then speed things back up again when that's done. We're waiting for things to build. I think it's early February when some stuff, well, the stuff in Mars finishes. To go with that, in February we're going to want to build ships at Mars. So let's actually... Ship designer. We're going to design a ship to build at Mars. So these probably want to be reasonably big ships. We could do battle cruisers. Yeah, it probably wants to be like a battle cruiser or a battleship. We'll run battleships. So these want to be a little bit more fuel efficient. Just because we're really not using them to chase people down. They're going to be mostly doing self-defense. So we got a rating of 6 on the Poseidon Lantern. We're not using the liquid rockets. Although 4.4 is maybe not too bad for a liquid rocket. Grid drive is a thrust, or exhaust velocity of 7.7, so we might do grid drive. Yeah, we'll... Although 6.9 is actually surprisingly high. Just that it's expensive fuel. Yeah, we'll go with the Orion drive. Keep it nice and small. At least one fuel tank on it. The best power plant. We only got one battery, one radiator type. This is the ship that's going to go, you know, do Marines. So it should take some Marines. We're going to put a siege coiler on this, so we'll give it like 2 magazines. I'm not going to put any... we should put a target computer on it. So 1 Marine, 2 magazines, a targeting computer. We're not going to be pursuing things, so this algebra doesn't make much sense. Mobile science? Maybe. That's not into anything, so we can't do ISR on it, or RSRU. The variation on this will probably be what we use for things like solar outpost kits and platforms, but just ECM jamming. Okay, and then hull weapons. We want... Oh, we have point defense phaser turrets. We'll run 2 point defense phaser turrets. And then we'll run... Foil guns. We have Mark II. That's plasma. Gold gun Mark IIs. Okay. For the whole slot, and then those will run one of the smaller siege coils. Siege coil is only 3 slot up. It might be only 3 slot up. Okay, we'll just run a normal coil cannon in front. Mark III coil cannon. The Mark III one's the only one that's got the... Actually, we'll run Mark II, because the Mark II one doesn't have any exotic cost to it. So this makes it fairly cheap, with no exotics on it. Animating armor, we'll run like the 1-1. We'll run 60 frontal armor. Again, this probably makes the most significant thing about the ship, the fact that it costs so much volatiles to build, but it's all the frontal armor. And then we want enough fuel for it to putz around Mars orbit. We may technically build some of these around Earth, in which case we're going to want about the same sort of fuel. Roll. This is... we'll actually put this as transport. Troop carrier, actually. That's what it's doing. It's carrying troops. Here we go. It's going to take 137 days to build. When that's done, we'll basically just start taking over Mars. Like, all of Mars. 1 hab at a time. We got those building. Do you want to do a upgrade pass? Because all the point events can probably be upgraded at this point. Although, No, I won't do an upgrade pass, because even at the point events can be upgraded to the phasers at this point.
We'll be ready
Not sure
for
that's
new
a
orders
or a appropriate refit upgrade. From the from 40mm to phasers
Tracking
probably
failed.
isn't. I don't think it is for the particle weapons either.
Violence is abating.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
You're hitting Mongolia again? I've abandoned Mongolia. What do you care about
Every
Mongolia?
time I have to pay a tariff, I feel as though one of my children has suddenly died. Why do we let them walk all over us like this? Chairman Soren van Wyk, appearing on CNN.
Tariffs. Anyway, integrated space, Earth space economy. We were in control of that, so we get to pick the replacement. This one's probably going to want to be interplanetary politics, although we'd be going for this for the independent commands, which apparently we need the fluid logistics for anyway. Okay, then we probably want fleet logistics first. Fair enough. Yeah, let's do fleet logistics. Oh, we got a pretty bad bonus to... We must have had our habs that had that type blown up. Okay, we'll see if we can keep control of that balance. One second. And another ship defects to us. It's not telling us who they're defecting from, but they're defecting to us. Enemy ship joins us. Okay, where are you? Low Earth orbit and damaged. With, what, no thrust capacity? Absolutely no thrust capacity. Okay, just scuttle in place. Yeah, we're not getting anything from you, but... In fact, we're paying the boost to, like, take the crew home. Like, I think that actually cost us to get rid of.
By the numbers.
by the numbers.
There we go. Oh no, that's the hab modules. Okay, we're still going to want to interact with this. So here we go. So here's the first example of a place we can upgrade. We presumably do want to upgrade the life science. Let's upgrade the life science. This will take it offline for the duration. And with that, we'll have maxed life science. I'm not going to upgrade the battle station directly. We're going to build a... We're going to have a battle station, and then we're going to build one before we upgrade it. Do we upgrade the farm? Probably should upgrade the farm. And then I don't have the upgrade for the Skunk Works, which is fine. Right now, for the purposes that we have the Skunk Works here for, we need a gear. We don't need two. Like, it'd be twice as effective, twice as many gears per slot to upgrade it. But it'll cost more. And the reason we want a gear here is to fish for an event which only needs one gear. Okay, so then we're going to want to work on some solar farms, such that we don't turn everything off. So we'll start with some solar arrays. Got a 32 surplus. Okay, so if we build another solar array, we'll power everything off, which we don't want. Or upgrade another solar array, we'll power everything off, which we don't want. We're going to build a solar array, and we're going to build a battle station. So we don't have enough power, so we'll need more power. So we'll build another solar farm. Presumably, when it comes time to upgrade the layer defense, we can just upgrade to the solar farms here. What else do I want to shove on here? We didn't have any info, or not info, it was the... Social Science 1. Do I have... I do have the Social Science upgrade there? Yeah. So if we can get 3 of those, we'd have the max bonus from here, which is 30% bonus. We'd also have 75% more research effectiveness on Social Science, which is what we're going to fish for as well. So if I build 3 of you... we have to build at least 1 more solar array to power this. Okay, and then we'll be, in theory, surplus 106 power. That would support another module. Not quite enough to support an agricultural complex. Granted, we want to upgrade you, we want to upgrade... well, we may eventually want to upgrade you. That's the lowest priority. That might be... that's sort of like the space dock, where it's like, yeah, we want the ability to refuel here. And it would work better if the dock was higher level. I think actually it's the repairs that care about the dock level. The refueling I don't think does. I could be wrong about that. So yeah. We'll probably not upgrade these 2. We want to upgrade you, in which case when that time comes, we're going to upgrade the solar arrays. What's actually the power requirement on you? You're 30, you're 50. Okay, so at that point we'd have enough that we can upgrade all 3 of those in series. Okay. That makes sense. That works. Does not give me a predictor here of how much this costs in the meantime. Although, I'm realizing immediately here that we've taken the admin Terra offline, so our Earth presence is going to be a little vulnerable in the meantime. Just a little vulnerable. You're up to date, we're not going to do... oh, we could do something here, which is we've got 3,000 people. It probably would be more efficient to have a single agricultural complex than 4. Right now we're actually paying some volatiles in upkeep to feed the people, which we wouldn't have had a single agricultural complex. So it will cost us more volatiles in the short run, because we won't have that savings. But when that's done, that means we can tear probably 2 of these out with no real care. Probably even the 3rd one. We'll have to see what we're replacing the other ones with. We'll probably put a marine barracks up here. Keep someone from pulling what they did before. Granted, we have a battle station, so they can't just rock up with marines and go like, we're going to land, because the battle station would open fire on them, presumably. But a marine dock up here wouldn't be a bad idea. Here's the next one. Oh, I have heavy fission here. We probably want to replace that with solar. Especially because we're only going to keep 3 of the energy resource centers once we do the upgrade. Okay, let's start working through the upgrade. I haven't finished the energy lab tech, have I? Nope, that'll be done in April. Okay, we'll revisit that one later. Okay. There we go. This list changed the order on me. We probably do actually want enough power that we can get that energy resource center going at least. Then we can upgrade a few of the other stuff in the meantime. Let's place a solar farm. That'll allow us to bring that online at least. let's do the battle station upgrade as well. We'll be power negative again, so let's just drop another solar farm. That'll provide enough power, that brings that online. We're waiting for the tech upgrade, because then we'll basically drop the four of these down to 3, and probably a solar farm. Might try to move away from the heavy vision arrays. We could upgrade them to reactor farms, but we're close enough to the sun, unless we're running something really power expensive, like energy research centers. We don't need them. Okay, so this is xenoscience. And the materials. Yeah, 2 xenoscience and the materials here. So we'll upgrade the materials. You're gonna tell me we don't have enough power to do that. Operate that once it's upgraded, that's fine. Upgrade the... Oh, the xenoscience at this point is gonna cost him exotic, but that's probably fine. We're probably gonna downsize and only have 3 of this tier anyway, so... I'm gonna upgrade the admin tower. Oh, we're gonna have to do double upgrade anyway. Okay, so that's fine. We'll do agricultural complex. Don't need to upgrade the dock. Not gonna upgrade you. We have surplus power right now, so we can upgrade some of the solar farms. Still stay positive. If we want more, we need to build another solar farm, which we'll do. And then I want to get a battle station in here. And we'll do another solar farm. It's our lowest science after social science. Military. Who's gonna guess that I maybe don't have a lot of military in Earth orbit? But I think the military is just military firepower. Yeah. So 0.3 mil tech value on the armies. Which is not nothing, but it's also not a lot. Although that's pretty cheap to run solar frontal rise. You can run 3 of those on a single solar farm. Okay, and we're still power positive with that contraption done. I'm not sure what I want in the last slot. It may need to be power, we'll see when we upgrade these ones, and that one, those 3. Back out. Next one, this is information science. So 2 information science here. So we want to upgrade the admin tower. Granted, this is going to make us even weaker on Earth in the meantime. Upgrade the farm. Upgrade the 2 info sciences. Build solar farms right up until we don't have power to power everything else. Okay. Build a solar farm. Build a battle station. And we have 2 info sciences here. I'm tempted to grab an extra. That way I know I have 3 somewhere in Earth orbit. To max out the investment in knowledge. We'll do solar farm, a info science. Do a solar farm in that slot. So we did a triplet of social science, we've done a triplet of military science. We just did social science as well. Do I want to do life? Pretty sure we have life in Earth orbit, although it may have been destroyed. No, there's 3 Earth that'll be, or 3 life that'll be upgraded. So maybe not life. Energy, we're in the middle of upgrading. That might be why energy is so low. Granted, energy is also low because it's expensive to build elsewhere. And we got 3 energy, or thinking of queuing 3 energy up as soon as we have the labs for it. Materials. Do we have a materials? So that's the one we're in the middle of upgrading. Do we have a materials one in orbit? So your life. Your military. Okay, so we're doubling up the military. You're the energy one we're holding off on. So I'm thinking the materials got destroyed. Yeah, it looks like we're doubling up on doubling up military, which will be fine. So life, or not life, materials. So we've already got 1 material, so we really only need 2 materials. We can do away with only 2. Because we know we already built 1 somewhere. What's the power looking like once we got the first 2 done? Plus 100. That gives me the space to upgrade you at the same time upgrading you. Okay, that's fine. And then we will revisit what we do with the Ocelot when we come back to it, once that's all done. So here's the life one. The life one, the military one, and then we'll be done. All this is making us really vulnerable on Earth. We'll have a little bit of a fun time trying to fix our situation on Earth. Once these all get done. We'll have plenty of space once all these are all done. Just in the meantime, we're having a little bit of a control point issue, because it's going to take us 120 days, so 4 months of vulnerability on Earth, basically. Okay. They want a solar farm to support the battle station, and then a solar farm. We'll do an extra solar farm, and this should support 3 other ones. Did I do a media center already? That would have been like the first one we queued up if I did a media center. Social science, life science. Looks like we're gonna double stack the life because we've got life. Whoops. On that one as well. Yeah, we're double stacking life. Which is probably fine. Gives us some resilience if stuff gets blown up. It's the info. That's the military. Yeah, so I think it was that one. Okay. Or no, it was, yeah, once we did life and social. So yeah, we can go ahead and do, it shouldn't be doubling up here on the media. Media doesn't do any science. In this case, it's mostly focused on getting us influence for Earth and then improving our public campaigning. And then we got the military one to upgrade, and you're waiting for the power research. Okay. Admin tower again. Agriculture. military, military, military. So we double stack the military, but that'll be fine. Solar farm, solar farm, solar farm, battle station, solar farm, solar farm, and then I have 3 slots that we can do for upgrade for another round of something. So which ones have we hit? I think we did materials. We done space. I don't think we've done space science. Well, we obviously have space somewhere else because we got a lots of space bonus. But I don't think we've done space here in Earth orbit. And we probably do want to do space because, you know, bonus to mission control is not bad. We've got enough power on here that we can just plop the 3 in there. Okay. We do have more HABs coming online, so we're going to have lots of space. We're going to have lots of redundancy is what's going to end up happening. Okay. So that's all the upgrades. We probably want those upgrades to complete. Because, as you can see, our volatiles have gotten a little threadbare. Just a little threadbare. So you're done, or you're queued and not taking anything. Okay, we got a little bit of a problem where I don't have any volatiles to build anything around Mercury. And the shipyard there is done, but we gotta cycle some time to get this stuff done so we get the volatiles back. So most of those didn't cost volatile. Well, they cost volatiles upkeep. We're paying the upkeep in the farm upgrades, basically. We need those farms to complete. They'll complete in under 20 days. So then we'll go from really terrible at volatiles to done. Twitch chat saying is please add an extra solar panel to Martius station so I can use my air fryer. Where's Martius station? Not sure if I have a station named Martius Station. There's Marius Station. Okay. So we're power balanced. We'll see what we want in the last one. But yeah, Twitch chat is with the monkey face is saying I should go add another solar panel there. We'll think about it. Okay.
Ready for orders.
So we could try an assassination attempt. I don't think this is a good time to assassinate the alien. 22%, yeah, no. We have a counselor that we need to
Where do
turn.
you need me?
Let's get you... Oh, we've lost track of the Protectorate. Okay. So I'm actually going to give up on following the alien for a bit. We need to go get some more info on the Protectorate.
Initiating surveillance.
At your service.
Okay, keep you hunting aliens. No random alien pets for people. Go to Boise, America. Which has severe alien infestation. Okay.
Offering support.
Okay, so Low Mars now does have its space works and its farm. In fact, actually, it would benefit from another farm. Would benefit from another farm. Okay. Because we're already 110 people over, so we're getting a 96% discount on the water and volatiles for the crew support, which is one of the reasons our volatiles jumped from 3.9 to 6.2, because the farm is not working here. We'll do a regular farm for the moment here. We've got open space, we may put other stuff in the open space, and if we do that, we may want to upgrade to complex, but for the moment we'll roll with just one farm.
We have got some intel on our target.
One thing I probably should do is
Things
just
are
probably run
stabilizing.
around with protection missions to protect a bunch of the places, because we're going to be vulnerable for a couple months here.
We're winning their hearts and minds. The LZ is secure.
Although once we've
Target
120 days are up
destroyed.
and we get our control points back, we'll have a lot more than before. Another ship joins the resistance! All the way out at low 8 Flora orbit. I don't think you can get to like anywhere reasonable. Like, I'd have to get you back to Mars. I think that's probably the closest place you have to like Earth. Like, could you make it to Mars? At 22, you've got on you. You've got 6.7. Okay, we're just scrapping you in spot. One Oberth class battleship. It could be worse. That's actually a decent ship. I don't know who we inherited this from, but either way, we're gonna pay the boost to get rid of it, because we don't want it out in the middle of nowhere, and it's not gonna get anywhere reasonable anytime soon. Okay, so there's a bunch of cores. We're gonna hold it off a little bit in actually setting anything up on these. Because we're a little bit low on volatiles. So we've gone ahead and basically reclaimed all of low Earth orbit.
At your service.
Okay, where's going to be the most annoying places to keep? We get back into if someone kicks us out. China, probably. Let's do a defend interest in China to start.
Making things safe for our people. Offering counsel. Securing our interests.
I have new information.
I forgot to assign a person to turn the counselor that we were investigating.
Things are cooling off.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
We're not selling resources to Earth. There's a typhoon. We'll do what we can to mitigate it. Although, not mitigating it in a way is actually maybe good for us. Okay, so they're coming from Tajikistan. That's fine. We can take that back pretty easily. They're coming for Marius Station. The servants. I don't appreciate that, servants. We'll have a welcoming party ready for you. When did they get there? March 22nd. We can be at Marius Station well before they get there, then. Okay. Get there, refuel. Just sort of be casually waiting for this fleet to show up. Research University, yeah, we'll probably want that at some point. Oh, servants! You wanted to take our station from us, did you? I'm looking at Twitch chat. Twitch chat saying, instead of scuttling a ship, would it work as a bullet sponge in battle by parking out front of the first? Or does the return money have more worth? So in that case, I was actually paying to scuttle it, because we had to fly the crew back. So I wasn't even getting anything for that one. The problem is that it was out around some weird asteroid, with no way for me to get it anywhere useful. But yeah, usually most of the ships we're inheriting in that way are, to put sadly frankly, obsolete to the point they're not worth the fuel cost to get them to battle. I could probably park them at a station, but in a way I'm actually desperate for volatiles, so taking them to a station that disassembling them for their volatiles is tempting. But yeah, we got a servant fleet battle here. We are going to engage. And then Twitch chat responds with the 07, which I think is that's the slang for waving. Okay, we got here with Servant Fleet. We're gonna start a battle, and they're gonna regret their decision. Okay, so they got a dreadnought, a frigate, and gunship. We got 12 battlecruisers. It's a little sloop commander, says the Twitch chat. So all the battlecruisers with siege coilers engage the dreadnought. All the battlecruisers with lasers. I gotta remember to tell them. Swap those to aggressive. I need to at some point actually fix this in the design. Okay. All of you engage the smaller ship. Starting the gunship. We're not going to punch the accelerator here. I think we're coming in fast enough at the base speed here to deal with human ships. To be fair, all the siege coilers have opened fire initially on the small ship that apparently took no evasive maneuvers because it was the closest to the ships. Okay. Redirect the laser cannons to the frigate because the corvette has exploded. Nope, and it's gone too. Okay, everything focus fire on the dreadnought. Siege coil rounds contacting. And servant fleet removed. And you can see all the 40 caliber flak going off to shoot down the incoming servant projectiles. Does ammunition cost resources to replace? Yes. Although ammunition's usually trivially cheap to replace. So for example, we're going to do a resupply mission here. So this is going to replace all the ammunition. And the ship fired 9 thousandths of a water. So 9 thousandths of a ton of water. A little over a ton of volatiles. A little over 3.7 tons of metal. 3.7 or 3.8 tons of metal or of noble metals. And a little bit of radioactives. So pretty trivial amount of munitions spent there. The Boise region of Idaho has space defenses. Wonder if the fight with the servants, the ammunition costs more than a fleet. No, I do not think so. Did we in theory got some salvage from that fight. I think we got more in salvage from the fight. Oh, I can't pull the salvage report up. I think we got more in salvage from the fight than we did spending ammo. Though maybe not by very much. Okay, so they're back at the station, ready for orders. We'll have them fly back up to medium Earth orbit, or intermediate Earth orbit. Take their sweet time going up there to save some fuel.
Acknowledged.
Okay. We had you doing defense missions. We fortified China because that would be annoying to take back if someone took it from us. The next place to do that too is going to be the United States. To defend interests in the United
Protecting
States.
our interests.
Ready for my mission.
Ready to go.
Where to?
Where to? We'll make our appeal.
Ready to go.
Lindahar Mata, please go inform them they are to be a spy
They'll be
for
working
us.
for us soon.
Yes, they will be working for us soon. That be the plan. Likely benediction soon. That looks good. Ship launched. This is to join with Romeo 486. Okay, so the fleet I want to send out... Tajikistan has grown to the size where it's got another control point. Okay. Which actually protects the one they've cracked down. That's interesting.
I will help them. Securing our control.
Okay, I'm gonna go check quickly to see if upgrading the point defense is a valid refit. Hide the obsolete. So the Orion, we can look at one of these ones for the check. Oh, I only have the 40mm cavalry autocannons on this one anyway. Never mind. So what we're gonna do, we've got a new fleet of ships docked at Earth, and I'd like them to be at Mars. And currently, they don't have the range to get to Mars, but I've planned ahead. I've designed a modification to these ships that is the same ship with more fuel. So for 34 days in the... Why are we only seeing... Oh, because this is the wrong ship. Wrong ship. We want the ones around this area. 6 spaces. So for 34 days, we can upgrade one of these ships from the short range variant to the long range variant. And then when we get there, we can do the opposite to take the fuel tanks off. Oops. Cancel pending. I was upgrading it to a short range. So we want to turn the torpedo ones into the torpedo ones, which is the T. Wait. Oh, and the torpedo ones upgrade actually at 0 days to just shove more fuel in them. They'll be upgraded real quick then. So the missile ones go to the long range missile one. There we go. So, it's telling me 0 days. It's gonna take a couple hours, probably. In a couple hours, the entire fleet will be refitted with more fuel and be able to set out for Mars. And then when they get there, they'll do the opposite, take all the extra fuel tanks off. And we'll have a fleet to defend Mars. Launches for Schönberg Station. That is probably one of the new ones in Earth, because I don't recognize that name. But it's not one of the new ones in Earth. We still want to send a welcoming party for them. So you go to Schönberg Station. You arrive April 4th. So we just need to arrive before them. That'll arrive before them. Yeah. Okay, so this is the fleet. Finishing this modification, at least first round of modifications on the first batch. That's half the fleet. There's a molecular benediction. And there's the other half of the fleet, so... they're ready to set out to Mars. We're going to do fissile enrichment. And we send you out to Mars. Mars, we do have one fuel base there. We can do a full maximum burn and get there in 45 weeks, or we can take 104 weeks. We'll do maximum burn. We'll pay the fuel cost, so it's not going to be cheap transfer, but we want them at Mars. They'll be there within the year. This is the servants attacking one of our stations. We did move a fleet there to engage them, so they're about to have a bad day. It's one big ship and one small ship. Once again, I haven't fixed this at the blueprint level. Can I do it for all of them at the same time? Can I do all of them? No. And we have them attack them. That's close enough. Okay. And then the indefatigables will fire at the small one. Take advantage of the fact the small one probably has less armor. And the laser cannons aren't necessarily particularly great against armor. There we go. Let time advance. Railgun rounds away. And these are siege coiler railgun rounds, so they're a bit hard to stop with the PD. See, their 40mm is going off, trying to stop the siege coil rounds. There's the laser tearing up the frigate. And it's gone. So, task all firepower on the battlecruiser. Already being queued up with the laser guns. And that's even before a siege coil round, I think, hits it. Couple contacts there. There goes the frontal coil, front end of it, because that's actually received some siege coil rounds, and up it goes. So yeah, we got 50 tons of volatiles, 80 tons of metal, 2.6 tons of precious metals from the servant fleet here. And we're probably gonna cost a lot less than that to refuel. And that would have been a fraction of the cost of the servant fleet there. then you go back into medium Earth orbit. That's the Energy Institute. Okay. Let's look at the Marine Platoon Barracks so we can actually get some equipment on some of our bases so the servants just can't walk up and steal them. And then one of our halves, we were waiting for that tech project to complete. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna upgrade the admin tower, which is that one. Upgrade the farm. We're gonna upgrade 3 of the energy institutes. We're gonna replace the 3rd one with a solar farm. Very tempted to replace the heavy fission arrays with solar farms as well. Although, we need them right now for some power. Let's upgrade the solar panel. And we're going to want to put one battle station up here. And we've got basically the 3 slots and made the decision if we're getting rid of the heavy fission reactor arrays, which I think I do. Have we hit all the science types? Forgetting. So we've definitely done materials, space, energy, life, military, info, social, and... Actually, I'm less sure about info. Let's do a second pass on info in case I haven't hit it. Pretty sure I've hit it, but it's better to be sure than wrong. So another solar farm. No, we don't actually have enough power. To be fair, the energy institutes are whopping big power hogs. Like, actually, we'll have enough because we have the fission here, but if we want to replace the fission, that's going to be an issue. Where's... always forget, it's the negative, the... No, negative is subtracting from the bonus. Okay, so that'd be 35 more. You can upgrade when you need to solar. By upgrade, I mean destroy it and replace it with solar. So this is the last one. We've got 122 there. Okay, so we're gonna... I'm not sure if I have info science. We'll grab 2 info sciences here. Then we'll have the space for 2. And then this one will be one of the weird ones where we maybe don't upgrade that layered defense array so we can keep the heavy vision. Keep it running. Okay. And of course, that's made all our problems with mission or control points on Earth and the volatiles worse in the short run. But
We've gained an agent.
we've gained an agent.
I'm ready to sabotage the mission.
You might be ready to, but please don't. So Twitch chat's asking, when the enemy sends their fleet to your station, do they not know they have, or you have more boats than they do? So in that case, the enemy probably knows that I have more boats. But what the enemy isn't accounting for is the fact that I can get to the station before they can. Right? So they sent their fleet to my station with like 2 or 3 or 4 ships or something like that, right? And initially the station has like 1 point defense module. It's the tier 2 point defense module, right? So yeah, they can walk up on the point 2 defense module and that fleet can probably handle the defense module. But then the fleet that I've built to deal with the aliens shows up, and okay, maybe the AI should be a little bit smarter. Like, I'm just hitting engage, right? So they could run. And maybe the AI should be programmed in a situation where the tide has turned so severely to run away. Maybe that's something the devs should do balance-wise. But yeah, no, the aliens do know I have fleet. That their fleet was not sent for my fleet; it was sent to a station that didn't have a fleet at it when they sent it.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, so completed the Marine platoon barracks. There'll be a follow-up attack that we'll want to do. We'll probably want to put the highest tier one if we're putting it somewhere. We're going to get a military one going, so... Automated platform cores we probably want to get into. Ukraine, no.
By the numbers.
And I'm looking at the time and realize I've let this part run like 12 minutes over already. So we're gonna come up on the end of the cycle here. The counselor cycle, and then we're gonna put a part break in for YouTube. There's our advanced coil gun or coil batteries. Coil gun batteries. So yeah, those are good. We're not gonna put them on anything right away, but we may at some point. Actually, arc batteries are obsolete. I should be leading the phaser should be coming up. Oh, presumably we haven't hit them. Zone check tree. Let's make sure this isn't like the prerequisite for the phaser. That was not what we're on. Phaser. Ultraviolet phasers. Ah, we need exotic hybrid systems. Which we don't have. Okay. That's maybe saying I should do exotic hybrid systems in this tech slot. That makes sense. Wait. Exotic hybrid. Do I have all the prerequisites for the exotic hybrid? I do. Here we even have it unlocked. It's an option. There it is. Yep, and there's the plasma. Okay, yeah, okay. So, set that as a favorite, because we want to do that. In which case, it's then going to pop up here, and there it is. It says the project. It'll take a while to build. Let's get to the end of the cycle here, and we'll put the part break in. And there we go. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, there'll be a slightly shorter break than the last one. Because I haven't actually depleted the tea very much, so we'll not be taking a tea break, unlike we normally would in the middle of the stream. I'm just going to sip some tea, take a quick leg stretch, and get right back to recording. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.